All right, let's take a look at assignment 9. For assignment 9, we're going to start with a blank database. I'm going to single click on that so that I can choose the name and folder for that. And I will put it in my UNO cloud. Where is that? All right, create the file. I don't need the default table, so I'll just close that. So what we're going to do a little bit different in this assignment is we're starting with a blank database, but we're importing our data from the Excel file. So that's under external data. You can see import new data source from file Excel. So those menus can vary a little bit from computer to computer, so they might have buried the Excel option, but we'll give that a try. And here we'll select the file. And the file, I'll have to go back to my UNO cloud here. And there's my assignment 9 data. And I'll click OK. Now look here. That data file has 3 sheets in it, and they are listed here. Each of those sheets will import to create a table, but we'll have to do them one at a time. So we're going to have to run through this wizard 3 times. So I'll do it slowly the first time, but I'll probably go fast the next 2 times. So I'm going to select the car models sheet, which has this data, and click next. Always first row contains column headings because the column headings become field names when the table is created. Next, this sets the data types, which are fine by default. This window is important. You need to choose my primary key because this Excel file has primary keys for the tables, but Excel is Access rather is sort of guessing that you don't, so that's why the default here is wrong for us, and we change it. And then we'll just finish that off. Close. And now you have a car models table. You can double click on it and see the data, and you can switch to design view, and in design view you'll see the field names were set up for you. Okay, so we're going to close that, go to external data, and import the other 2 tables in exactly the same way. Here's Excel. Browse for the file, and it's the assignment 9 data file. Okay, this time, however, we'll click on the sales sheet and import that data. First row contains column headings. Next, data types are fine. Next, choose my primary key, sale num, and then finish that off. And repeat from file, Excel, browse, assignment 9 data. Okay, this time we'll do the 3rd sheet, customer. Next, first row contains column headings. Notice this option was turned off by Access, and I had to turn it back on. So Access is a little tricky that way. Next, choose my own primary key. Again, this time, customer ID. Finish. Close. That gives us 3 files. The next thing to do is set up relationships. It's done in Database Tools. relationships, and I can double click on each of these to add them, close. These relationships are quite a bit like that pizza order. Remember, the pizza order was for a customer. The sale here is also for a customer. The customer ID is a foreign key, which gets dragged to the other customer ID, primary key, enforce referential integrity, create. Model ID is what the person bought on that sale. Model ID points to the car models that are available at this dealership. Enforce referential integrity, create, and those are your relationships. Close the relationships window and save. That gets us the first two steps. Step 3 is to create a report using the report wizard. All reports in this class are created using the report wizard. So you don't have to think about those other buttons. Just go to the report wizard. All your tables are listed there. We're going to start on the one side of the relationship, which is a customer. Because if you start on the one side, it automatically does grouping correctly, and you'll see, which we'll see in a minute. So now we're going to add to that customer ID, first name, last name, city, state, and then we'll go to the sales table. In the sales table, we'll include the model ID and price. It's not really clear here, but the price is the price the person paid for it, as opposed to what's in the car model table, which is the list price. So we'll use that price and we will not use list price. But we can include make, model, and trim level. All right, so in this window of the wizard, we selected all the fields we need. We'll click next. In this window, the axis will tell us about the grouping. So the question states grouped by customer ID, but if you selected the fields correctly in the first step, axis will group by customer ID automatically. And that's what happened here. The customer fields are in one box and the model information is in a different box. That is the definition of grouped by in a report. So we can just finish that now. The report starts out in print preview mode. In print preview mode, the fields we selected are too wide and go across the screen, get cut off, so you don't see all the stuff we selected. Think of this as kind of a first draft, right? See the word C, the letter C in customer ID is cut off, but that's okay. We can fix that. We'll close print preview. And this gets us design view. Remember, a lot of our tools have design view and print and report. It's called report view in here. This is kind of like the data sheet view in the other tools. So report view, we see the output. Bill and Steve are our customers. But in design view, we don't see the data. We just see how things are set up. One thing's different than a form is these things in the page header are labels, and the text boxes with the data are in the customer ID header and the detail row. Notice if I scroll to the right, model ID price are in the detail section and the customer information is in the customer ID header. That is the definition of grouped by because it allows the report to print out the customer ID, customer information once, and the detail information for as many cars as that person bought. So we'll come back here and we'll see that the it says to make the first name and last name fields bold. So I can click on first name and I'll hold down my control key and click on last name and go to format. And see this format stuff just formats the stuff you've selected. and I'll select bold. We have now completed steps 1, 2, and 3 of homework 9. No, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm sorry, homework 9. Let's just save that there, and I'll make break that apart into a second video for step 5.